in the DJ booth.
You don't tell jokes like that, do you? The whole hour?
Whole hour. And I was talking to travel agent to the stars, Jackie Keating,
yes.
who said the travel industry has been decimated. She's doing it hard, as all travel agents are. And it's taking its toll. Now, it's expected they will not be back and up and running properly till 2022. And with government ending JobKeeper, there is a push for another wage supplement scheme to help people survive after the effects of COVID. Joining us now is Josh Zucker. Josh from Josh Zucker Travel. I'm right, aren't I, Josh? The industry is one of the hardest hit.
You're definitely right. And good morning to you all.
So, Josh, the JobKeeper ends in March. What does the industry need from the government to be able to keep on going? Because as Darren points out, it's going to be at least until next year before you're up and running with international travel.
No, correct. If JobKeeper ends at the end of March, there's going to be approximately 40,000 jobs across the travel industry within Australia at risk. Approximately 2,600 businesses potentially could shut. And that's not to mention further airlines coming into Australia, not being welcomed into Australia, cruise companies not coming back, further hotelier staff not being employed, suppliers, so wholesalers within Australia that we book through for our clients not existing anymore. Further credit notes that are in place until like 2023. They won't exist. That's a piece of paper. And if, the supplier's not around, then the client who has that credit note to whatever value it is, it won't be around. It won't be valid.
So, Josh, then what do you want the government to do? Do you want the government to say in March, okay, we're going to cherry pick certain industries and maintain JobKeeper for those particular industries, and
just
obviously
for the sake of propping those ones up.
And obviously travel agents would be one of the first in line.
I think, every other industry. I've been in the travel industry 20 years, and people within the travel industry who have been around, say, 5 years, have gone through natural disasters, terror attacks, all of the above, the unforeseen circumstances, and the world still got on. People still got on a plane on September 11. People still checked into hotels. Agencies were still earning money. People were still coming through the doors. However, the world stopped on the 20th of March and travel agents couldn't do anything. My company in particular have cancelled about $2.5 million, have refunded just under $1.5 million just within about 8 months. And we're still waiting on credit notes and refunds. The industry grants that have been rewarded to us have been extremely conditional. The way that you set up your bank account or your trust account or your company, if you had a bricks and mortar office to a home office, a number of agencies weren't even able to have the grant, let alone the $128 million grant that was rewarded in October that just came through just before Christmas of last year. The industry got kicked at the post, so to speak, in the final hour, where they changed it from a gross turnover on financial year to GST turnover on calendar year. And that meant businesses like mine, could have got $80,000 to $90,000 and, got 11,000. Some companies got 5,000. Some companies got nothing.
Because
at the end of the day,
the
industry needs to be specific on each business to stay alive.
Tell me, Josh, is there anything for you in this Holiday Here campaign, this $5 million campaign that's just started today, week-long campaign? No? No.
My agency in particular, we were a boutique international corporate high-end leisure, where some businesses do focus on domestic, so it's a different story. But, each business is different, yeah? I think the government needs to literally sit down and go, look, this is where each business is at. Some are franchises, some are not. Some solely work from home, some don't. Some have an office, some don't. But, now travel agents, if they don't survive, we're forced to sell our houses, cars, furniture, just to pay back people's refunds.
So, Josh, do you have many staff on JobKeeper at the moment?
No, so I had a team of 10, which was, they were all subcontractors, so they weren't on JobKeeper. They were on JobKeeper within themselves, like within their own subcontractor, and the way that they were set up. And I'm on JobKeeper myself, but I mean, JobKeeper doesn't even save the day.
So presumably you will lose that if nothing happens. You will lose that in March. So how are you going to survive after that?
Potentially sell my house.
No.
But do you want the government to continue to support you, keep you afloat essentially, though there's no business there for you for what, another year after this, after March?
I think if they're saying that the borders are going to close for another 12 months, international, then they need to look at it and go, well, if international is out for 12 months, well, how's the travel agent going to get the income? Now, if you book a cruise for 2023 and you just pay a deposit, we don't get paid on that. We don't get paid till, say, a month after you come back. So that's a long time to get paid. Now, the government I believe the government needs to do something. Now, with the amount of lobbying that's going on, if they want 40,000 jobs gone on their shoulder, well, then that's fine. But, I think like the likes of your hospitality restaurants where they had the option of takeaway, travel's got nothing. So at least give us something. Not make it conditional. Yes, have a grant, great, but why make it conditional?
But Josh, do you have other options? You could retrain, do something else?
Potentially, but everyone's circumstances are different. My own personal circumstances are different. Everyone's got different circumstances. Mental health is huge. Myself being abused verbally, on the phone, on email.
From people wanting refunds?
Yeah, demands. Letters of demand, bank letters, credit card chargebacks, threats, lawyers' letters, you name it. Travel used to be a thing that, you used to be able to sell the dream. You used to be able to say, Josh sent me there. It was a wedding. It was an adventure trip or whatever it might be. Now it's like, Josh, give me back my money. Well, no, it doesn't work like that because I don't have your money. I don't even know. I'm waiting on nearly $300,000 from suppliers overseas. I don't even know if I'm going to see that money.
Gee.
But it's my fault. It's everyone's travel agent. It's their fault. Well, no one cares about us.
So Josh, are there many travel agents that concentrate exclusively, or have pivoted, that infamous word now, to concentrate exclusively on domestic and can survive like that?
Look, there are some, without naming brands, but there are some. However, I don't think they can survive on it, to be honest, because domestically, you look at the likes of the schedules. So like Qantas, for example, they've taken away their schedules. So you used to fly to Sydney 100 times a day. Well, now they don't do that. Or the likes of Perth, that used to be 10 times a day, so to speak. Now they don't do that. So the cost of having, say, one flight every second day, the cost of that to the airline means that they're going to up the prices. So it's going to be more expensive for families to travel. Now, if families haven't had money, well, how are they going to afford to travel?
That's right. And Jackie was saying yesterday she helped someone come back from New York. You know how much it cost them? $28,000.
Yeah, very expensive.
Well, I just
huge.
I just booked a corporate client of mine to Perth. Three people, business class, because that's what they wanted. It was the price of nearly 2 first-class tickets to London.
Oh, which is how much?
A total of $15,000.
It's a flight to Perth.
You could get say, an Etihad first class for about 7,000-8,000 to London.
I'd have been happy to take them on the back of a bike for that amount.
I know, right? But the thing is, it's like no one cares about the travel agent, and people don't. But it's not even about the travel agent; it's about the person. And I believe since COVID and everything, especially being in Victoria, people started to not care about people. People need to start caring about people more, and the rest will tend to follow. That's my view and my opinion.
Well, thank you very much.
Good on you, Josh. Hey, good luck with it all. That's Josh Zucker from Josh Zucker Travel. Nick, just before the break, a lot of